Bilstein 5100s. You can adjust these from stock to 2 inches using this perch right here. We're going to go at 1.5 inches because we're using the OEM springs. This is the sketchy part of all this. We have a spring under a lot of pressure. Well, this is a lesson learned. I bought this off Marketplace, and this is stripped down here. So right now it's worthless. I'll have to see if I can't find a mount to put on there. Maybe I'll be able to do this still. Maybe I won't. So this is a little disheartening. I bought this single action spring compressor off of Marketplace. And the guy knew that this was stripped. And he didn't tell me, and I asked him if it was good, and he said everything was fine on it. It was a decent price. I believe the one at Harbor Freight was out of stock, and I'd have to order one, and I kind of wanted one. And I thought this would have been better than the McPherson strut spring compressor set. And it instantly stripped. I had to put the truck back together. I bought these nuts thinking that it would it'd still work. And it just got jammed the second I put it on there. It's a lesson to me and anybody else buying used parts or used tools. You might want to, I mean, everything spun and seemed to work fine when I bought it, but spinning it by hand, it was working fine, but you put some pressure on and it was stripped. And he knew that and he lied to me, which is a little disheartening when you're kind of in the same community and do the same type of DIY stuff. Lesson learned to me. Luckily for me, I was able to drive down to the hardware store, or excuse me, Harbor Freight, and this worked fantastic, much easier than I thought it was going to. So, just a life lesson to me and anybody else out there that's possibly buying used tools, which normally are a good deal. And I guess it's something I should be more mindful. Okay, so it's been a little chilly. So my recording device died, so I'm doing this as I go, kind of. But we're gonna put new cam bolts down here and there, and this new Bilstein strut will just slide right in. We will hook the sway bar back up on both sides, 17 millimeter for those, and these I believe are 19, 14 millimeter up here, and I don't remember if it was a 19 or 22 for the shock mount, but we'll get the front wrapped up and I'll be back. Okay, it's probably a good idea I'm doing this because that one right there was loose and I haven't even touched the front yet. Other side was nice and tight. Nissan, pay me money and I will delete this video. Just kidding. So, real quick, I think YouTube hates us. I started this channel hoping that we can make a couple extra bucks and share some of our adventures with you and things we like to do. But YouTube says, whoa, we're not going to give you any money till you have 1,000 subscribers. I think I have 75 right now. So I have a little ways to go. So if you do us a huge favor, like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment if you like this video. And eventually start paying us, we could buy a drone, better camera equipment, and I can stop screwing up videos, which I'm really good at. Thank you. And by the way, all these videos and everything we bought so far comes out of our own pocket. I forgot to pay a bunch of bills so I bought camera equipment. So I had this whole truck clean, but because that guy sold me the junk spring compressor tool. I had to drive to the road and get some hardware, and I ended up just buying a different spring compressor tool. So what we gotta do is undo these U-bolts that are nice and dirty, and take this off, this clamp right here, which if that doesn't want to unscrew, we're just gonna have to cut it. And before you do this, unhook this, I think it's ABS sensor, because it might drop and break something, and we don't want that. I really gotta stop forgetting to film. So what you're gonna want to do is loosen up your U-bolts, discard your overload spring, and unbolt your bottom shock mount. Then add in the ADO add-a-leaf and alignment pin. Then reassemble, and you're done. I also installed an 1.5" shackle, which I didn't film. That's pretty self-explanatory. Take out your old shackle and install the new one, and it should look something like this when you're done. Yeah, keep going. Okay. We're up. Probably the most redneck fucking thing I've ever done. But it works. You can't get the lift and it's raining. Finally, I was able to get it all installed. It took almost 2 months. Big shout out to Alldogs Off-Road and Z1 Off-Road. That's where I bought the front and rear lift from. They did not sponsor this video at all. I had to pay for all that. That was all in my own pocket. So just shout out to them for answering a lot of questions I had when it came to installing it. I did send them an email asking for like, hey, can I get a shirt and a hat to put in the video? And I told them I was going to make a YouTube video out of it, and Z1 was like, absolutely not. We want the most honest reviews we can have. And I was like, well, no one watches my channel anyway, and it sucks. So I don't think anyone's going to see it. But Alldogs just sent me a shirt and a hat, and I did tell them I'm making a video. I'm going to give you an honest review, because I did it to pay for all the parts. The free shirt is not going to change how I feel about the parts I bought that cost me way more than a t-shirt does. But I'm happy to get it in. I think it looks great. I have the DX4 Recon wheels installed today, and well, I'll show you around. I'll show you everything I did. So as always, we have the cap that's too long. Waiting for a good sunny day where I can probably cut that down a little bit. It looks like it'd be fairly easy to shorten it. These are the 16x8 DX4 Recons with the Toro trail blades that I installed. In the back, I just did the Alldogs Off-Road add-a-leaf, and if you can see it, the Supreme Suspensions shackle. Just to give me a little bit in the back, because I do have a lot of weight back there with tools and when we're camping this year. In the front, Bilstein 5100 and the stock coil. Now, I bought the Bilsteins from Z1 Off-Road, and here comes my honest review. Springs were out of stock at the time, unless I wanted really heavy duty ones. And I don't have a winch or a bumper or anything up front, so I didn't need the heavy duty springs. They told me that on their personal truck, they did just what I did. The Bilstein 5100s, 2-inch lift, with the stock coil. That was fine at the time, until I did some research online and found out that doing that would make the front end very harsh. Okay, I really need to say this because I'm awkward on camera. Setting the struts at 2 inches of lift might be completely fine. It might not ride harsh. It's all personal preference. I set them 1.5 inches and it rides really great. And I just want to make it known that Z1 was really helpful and really awesome when I was doing them on this project. They answered a lot of questions. I was on the phone with the dude for probably a half hour and just didn't want to make it seem like I was bashing them when I was filming this because I suck at filming. Okay, back to the video. Because I want that anyway when I'm hauling stuff around. I did use the Moog cam bolts. It has Moog cam bolts up front. And and the install on this was really easy. It's probably one of the easiest ones I've ever installed, and I've done a few of them. So this is currently the truck. Thanks for watching.